Senator Cory Booker is a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and a candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination. This morning, Booker unveiled his new plan to prevent gun violence in the United States. It calls for a national gun licensing program to keep guns out of the wrong hands. His plan would also ban assault rifles, limit handgun purchases to one a month, and close loopholes that allow abusive partners to buy guns. As a part of our series, The Road to 2020, Senator Booker joins us first on CBS This Morning to reveal the details of his plan. Good morning, Senator. We should also mention that Gayle is good friends with the senator and has supported him in the past.
Why should we mention that?
Yes. Well,
I left my Cory Booker T-shirt at home.
Right.
Unfortunately, means that she asks me tougher questions.
Right, exactly. Well, we've gotten that out of the way. Tell us, Senator, first, what do you think of this move with respect to Iran?
I worry about the policy we have with Iran, a president that pulled out of an Iran deal, really turning his back on our allies, has done things that have created, in my opinion, more dysfunction in the region, tweeting out that you're going to pull troops out of Syria, which is a highway Iran is using to help get arms and resources to Hezbollah. I don't see any comprehensive strategy, and this saber-rattling is something that concerns me. Clearly, Iran is a real threat to the region, to the security of Israel. It's something that we should be doing in a more coordinated fashion with our allies to check Iranian aggression.
But we heard from the National Security Advisor that this threat emerged in likely the last 24 to 48 hours. What is the threat? There was this allusion to some threat to U.S. forces.
Yeah, again, I don't have the details on that, but again, we have to have a comprehensive strategy. We can't do foreign policy by tweet. We need to have a real strategy around Iran, and we should not have sort of the trumpets of war trying to engage us in unnecessary more military engagements. We've wasted, as we know from a war gone into in false pretenses, we have seen trillions of dollars of expense in this region without a plan, without a strategy to really achieve what we must have, which is peace and security.
Let me ask you now to switch to your new plan on guns. Why is licensing guns the solution?
Well, first of all, it's evidence-based. We know it works. In states like Connecticut that have done it, they have seen 40% drops in gun violence, 15% drops in suicide rates. But this is a bigger issue in America where we're not approaching it or taking it on in proportion to the gravity of the consequences of our inaction. Every day in America, we have, in the aggregate, a mass shooting, ripping apart communities, over 100 people dying of gun violence. We form governments to protect for the common defense. And here we have, in my lifetime, more people being killed by gun violence than every single war in our country's history from the Revolutionary War now combined. We must step up and deal with something that is crushing communities, destroying lives, and really just tearing apart families.
One of the pushbacks is you license guns, you make it more difficult for the honorable gun owner to get there, to engage in their Second Amendment right, and the people who want to get guns and shoot each other in the street are going to do it anyway because no one enforces the laws.
That kind of resignation frustrates me, to be honest, because we know that this is not a plan that any law-abiding gun owners should be concerned about. The people that should be concerned about it are two groups. One, people who want to break the law, gun runners and criminals, and the gun manufacturers who have been working in an ungodly way to undermine the safety and security of this nation, really attacking everything from consumer product safety to the CDC's ability to research these issues, to even the ATF, which is starved by Congress and its inability to even enforce the laws we have.
You are certainly no stranger, Cory, to gun violence in the city of Newark. And I think most people in the country thought after the Newtown shooting, the gun laws would change. After Parkland, the gun laws would change. Nothing people say has changed. Why do you think that this is going to make a difference now?
Well, first of all,
most politicians even stay away from this issue because it's such a hot button issue.
Well, I can't stay away from this issue because this is not some policy issue out there. This is an everyday experience to people like me and folks in my community. I had a young man die from an assault rifle attack last year. Just a couple of days ago, 3 people shot in my neighborhood. And I'm not unique. This is happening all over the country, ripping apart communities. And that's why I'm going to be a president that this is not thoughts and prayers. Faith without works is dead. I'm going to bring a fight to this issue. in a comprehensive manner like the NRA has never seen before. There's an urgency in my life that a lot of Americans are feeling who are afraid to go to their houses of worship, afraid to let their kids go to school. There's an urgency that I feel on this issue that is very personal to me, having witnessed the consequences of our inaction, and we are going to fight and we are going to win.
I'm curious how your campaign is going. Whenever they do the top 5 candidates, we're now 21 candidates in. You were never in the top 5. Are you concerned about that? Are you thinking that you're breaking through? You think you're doing okay? Because when you look at the numbers, it's like, oh no.
Yeah, well, I have no concern about that at this point. This far out, the people.
Should you be concerned?
No, the people who are usually leading in the polls this far out, it's much more about name recognition. And we have seen from John Kerry to Barack Obama, this far out, the polls did not indicate ultimately who won. What's important to me is getting out there and talking to voters. And when I go to Iowa or South Carolina, the response we're getting is incredible. The people signing up on our campaigns, the over 70,000 Americans who have given small dollar contributions to my campaign. We've got the fundamentals and we've got the message, and I'm excited about this campaign.
All right, and if you become president, will Rosario Dawson be first lady?
I knew you were going to ask such a question.
No, I was just reading.
Now to the really answer.
Do you speak English at this moment,
I will
or?
talk to you about my love life off the air like we usually do.
Just checking.
Okay, and then Gayle will tell us all about it and America.
I thought this was CBS News, not TMZ.
Hello
crying
to
out loud.
Rosario is all I'm saying.
Hello to my girlfriend as well. She's watching.
Thank you, Senator Booker.
Thank you.